Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this special update. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Four of Wands. You're in a position now where you're really trying to get things done. I feel like you have a lot on your plate, and I feel like it's kind of it's your job right now to sort of get as many things ticked off the list as you can. You know, there's a lot on your to-do list, a lot on your plate, and I think you're really trying to wrap up as many things as you can. I think that you're somebody who is not easily caught up in drama. You know, you're very much, you're looking for efficiency. You're looking for the quickest way to get the biggest impact, you know. It's sort of a conservation of energy in a way. It is, it's trying to get the biggest result from the least amount of effort. I mean, that's what we're all trying to do, right? So then we put in a little bit more effort, and then the results are even greater. You're not looking to waste your energy on things that are sort of frivolous. I think right now you're in a place in your life where you're trying to get rid of sort of unnecessary ties, unnecessary responsibilities, the redundancy in the system. You know, you're trying to sort of streamline it. It's kind of, I think in like Japanese business, it's called like going lean, you know, trying to figure out how we can be more efficient and maximize our outcome while also conserving, you know, some of that vital energy. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on here with this. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Princess of Cups. Interesting. Spirit's telling you to start trusting your feelings more. Even start a dream journal. Okay. Nine of Swords up there. I was not expecting that. We got a Three of Cups here. Very good card. We have a Five of Pentacles. We've got a Queen of Swords, a Queen of Pentacles, and a Seven of Pentacles. Trying to figure out how to get more, right? Without sort of depleting your energy, right? So it is that kind of that idea of streamlining again, of efficiency, of economy. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here and put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? But it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's practice our intuition. Let's do it now, right? It's kind of we're being instructed in that way, okay? Let's look at these cards now. We have some major arcana. We have these two. We have the High Priestess and the Hanged Man, and these cards really go together. And we've been getting them together more and more lately. They almost seem like mirror images of each other. You know, they're both in sort of these mirrored attitudes, right? We put them that way, and they'll both be right side up. the sacrifice that we make for what we believe in. It's kind of the way that you can tap into that subtle, sensitive part of yourself, right? Bypassing this sort of, well, in some ways bypassing the feelings, bypassing not the intuitive feelings, not the feelings that you're told to trust, right? But bypassing the kind of the personal feelings, right? Bypassing the over intellectualizing the feelings. Yeah, we've got a Nine of Swords up here is not really looking too good, is it? I think that you're in a situation right now where we're trying to understand or figure out what we have to do, what we have to give up, what we have to sacrifice, what we have to endure in order to bring about some sort of a victory, some sort of an ideal outcome. Okay, the Three of Cups is really this is where we're sort of headed. This is what we're looking for. And I think your intuition is showing you the way to do this. Okay, we don't have much major arcana, but we do have this idea of perhaps seeing things in a different way, changing the perspective, right? And almost the idea of sort of giving up is gaining, right? To get rid of something is maybe to make room for something else. Okay, I think Spirit has a really interesting message for you, right? I wasn't expecting so many of the sort of earthy and watery cards that we see today, especially we started with fire. You're someone that likes to get things done, but now it's kind of saying, have we been getting things done maybe in the wrong order? Have we been getting things done with too much expenditure of vital spiritual energy? Have you been paying too much for a little bit of the reward, right? And that kind of speaks to this hanged man down here, that you've been sort of sacrificing yourself to bring this thing forward, whatever. I don't know what you're working on. We've got our majors. Let's see. We've got a little bit of fire. We've got our water. We've got a little bit of air. And then, of course, we have our earth, and earth. Okay. It almost feels like you're sacrificing a lot for the sake of your family. Or it could be a business. It could be a work thing, but it feels very tight-knit. I think you come from a very tight-knit family. Or a workplace even. Maybe it's your company. But I feel that with the Hanged Man, you've been sacrificing a lot. You've been maybe putting your personal life on hold for the sake of this thing you're doing, right? This life that you're leading, this team that you're leading. We do have 1, 2, 3 of the court cards. I feel there are other people around you. It could be family members. It could be like your employees. Could be friends, I guess. I feel like you're making the choice to put yourself sort of last, to give up the things that you really want or need or wish for or hope for in order to sort of so that the team can do better. You know what I mean? I wonder if that's not been working out so well. Okay? Because Spirit's saying that there's something going on here. Especially with that 9 of Swords. I have a feeling you're starting to resent that. You're starting to almost be offended by the fact that you're always the one being asked to give something up, to sacrifice something for the sake of everybody else, or even really for the sake of the Four of Wands, that you're always the one that has to concede or acquiesce in order to keep the ball rolling. Maybe you're talking about a relationship with your spouse. Maybe this is a family relationship. Maybe this is at work. Maybe this is with your friends. But I feel like whenever there's something that needs to be, there's some compromise that needs to happen, I feel like you're the one that's always sort of, fine here, take it. Just to sort of maybe keep the peace, maybe to just keep something on track. To keep something from falling apart, right? And maybe the Four of Wands is kind of a, sometimes this card's a lesson in impermanence, right? It could be that we are putting in all of this effort, that you're sacrificing all these things, that you're hurting yourself trying to keep this thing going, when really it should just be tied up and moved on. Ship it already, you know? You've got to listen to your intuition. You've got to listen to what Spirit is telling you, and you got to listen to your feelings. I think this was something that began with a lot of love. And maybe we're talking about a relationship with another person. Maybe we're talking about a relationship with your job or career, your creative endeavors, a friend, a group of friends, a group of family members, whatever it is. It started with a lot of love, a lot of like, hey, this is going to be good. This might actually, yeah, I like it. Let's try it. You know? That maybe this was something that really spoke to you and kind of said, it's worth a shot. You know? I'm feeling good about it. Let's act on these feelings and see what takes place. Okay? I feel like Spirit is trying to show you that, hey, look, Three of Cups in the future position. You're still waiting for it. You know? You're still waiting for the good feelings. It's like something had the potential to be really great. You got into it, you've sacrificed a lot. You've taken you've taken charge of it, I think. You've done a lot of the work yourself. You're still waiting for the reward. It hasn't materialized yet. Okay. And I think you're starting to sort of resent this. And I don't know if it's something that, you know, I don't know if somebody had promised you that, hey, this job is going to be great. You're going to get 6 months, you'll get a promotion. In a year, you'll be the boss, and it's going to be, trust me, you'll love it, right? Here it is, you're kind of still like, okay, you know, I've been here. I've done all the work. I've done everything you've said I needed to do. Where's the reward? Where's the promotion? Where's the, you know? Maybe the Hanged Man really is, maybe it's onto something here. Maybe we're looking at it as if the more I sacrifice, the more of my personal life that I kind of put on hold, the more of my personal time that I spend doing this work, involved in this thing. I could be doing something else, but I'm choosing to do this, sacrificing, you know, these parts of yourself. The more I sacrifice, the more I'm going to gain from this. The better it's going to be. I think the Nine of Swords is a painful realization that this might not really be what you thought it was. That this doesn't seem to be having the rewards that we're still waiting. We're still looking around for it. The Three of Cups. This is kind of the appreciation, the recognition, the accolades, the promotion, the rewards, the celebration, just really the acknowledgement that, hey, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for everything you've given up. You know? And we're still waiting for this. This is unmanifested. It's a 3. It's still potential. It's still like a promise. You know? And I feel like someone's been making you a lot of promises lately. Okay? And so Spirit is showing you through this High Priestess that we need to reconsider the approach we're taking, because you will receive the honor and the reward. You will be receiving the benefits and the accolades and the prosperity and the recognition for your work. It just might not be in this same situation, and it might not be without you changing your approach. Feels like we need a little bit more fire here, doesn't it? And Leo, you're a fiery sign, right? Usually you're the stereotype of fire, right? Leo fire, the pride, the charisma. You're going in and you're taking charge and you're claiming the fame all for yourself. But I think Leo gets a bad rap because Leo, I feel like you're a very sensitive person. And I think the stereotype is that Leo is very proud, and sometimes that overshadows how much you really can sacrifice for the sake of the whole, right? How much of yourself you put into what you're doing in order for everybody to succeed. And yeah, you want the credit for that, At the end of the day, like you want to know that all of your sacrifice was for something. You want that 3 of Cups to manifest into all the other good water cards, But there's something that's not working out here. And we see that with the 7 of Pentacles at the end. But I think we're going to change that. Okay? I think happy news is on the way. I think that if we change our sort of outlook, if we maybe stop sacrificing everything, if we maybe come into this and have a little bit more of this take charge attitude that I know you've got. Maybe it's something that we have been taught or we have assumed or we've been told that needs to sort of take a back seat. Has someone in your life kind of told you to just stay in the background? Do your best, sacrifice everything you can, but don't make yourself the center of attention. Is somebody trying to steal your thunder? Someone trying to steal your credit? Are you doing all this work and making all these sacrifices? Somebody else then kind of getting the accolades for it? Could be. I feel like this situation's just about over. The way things are going right now with that 4 of Wands, it's just about to wrap it up. I think you're done. Things are done. If this situation is going to continue, it's going to be different. We're going to go the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost anything. It supports the channel, and I feel like we really need to start supporting all of the tarot readers that we value here on YouTube. Things are tough all over, okay? All of your favorite readers, please like their videos, watch all their videos, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, even if it's just to say hi. Share the videos with your friends or on other social media platforms, not just my channel. All of your favorite tarot readers here on YouTube. All right. I thank you. 5 of Pentacles. Change is happening. Okay? It's kind of, there's a new sheriff in town sort of energy. And the Hanged Man, we're turning it around. No longer are we sort of willingly putting ourselves into this, what I kind of hesitate to say, but like an inferior position. No. Now you're turning this Hanged Man right side up. We're climbing out of this and saying, wait a minute, that didn't work. Something really fishy's been going on here. And 5 of Pentacles, you're making some changes. And, anytime we see a 4, what do I always say? I feel like I say this like 5 times a day. Anytime we get a 4, we start looking for the 5. Anytime we get a 4, we realize that, okay, something different has to come. The 4 is completion. Something is wrapping up. The cycle is over. The package has been gift wrapped. We've tied the bow. Why are we still fiddling with it? Something change, something different now. Okay? And I think that your intuition is telling you that. You've got to listen. You've got to be open and receptive to what Spirit is telling you. Something's not right here. And if you feel that 9 of Swords above you like that, trust it. Get out from underneath those 9 swords. It's only going to get worse. If things continue the way they are, it's overdone. Okay, we got to take it out of the oven now. It's cooked. All right. The 5 of Pentacles can sometimes be a card of worry and anxiety because making a change. Something's going to be different, right? Maybe this is change of venue. Maybe this is you changing jobs. Maybe this is you kind of standing up for yourself and speaking up. Don't have a lot of cards of speaking up here, though, right? Don't have a lot of swords cards here. Only this one and, well, this one. But neither of those are really you speaking up and having a conversation. Kind of feels like this is really you letting your actions speak for you. Yeah. Letting your actions speak for you. The Queen of Swords here, I think, is a very good card, because this is showing you taking the high road, for one thing, taking a sort of objective view of things. So if there is communication, this card's in the position of the environment. It's asking you to get that bird's eye view of what's going on around you. Maybe so you can see, really, if you see how it looks from up here, right? And that's what the Queen of Swords is doing, is taking a look at everything that's been going on and how we're just kind of stuck in this really uncomfortable, painful position with the promise that something good is going to happen, and we're still waiting for it. All right. The Queen of Swords is also you rising above your hurt feelings, your personal emotions. Like we said, you got to trust your feelings. You got to trust your intuition. But these are sort of your personal feelings, right? We got to rise above how offended we are and see things for what they are and do the right thing, the rational thing, the smart thing, the intuitive thing, the positive thing. Okay? If we are immersed in the personal offense and the hurt feelings, we're going to act in a way that may not be in our own best interest. If we get this objective viewpoint and we see the bigger picture, see what's really going on here, okay, I'm not upset. I'm not bothered, right? I'm do what I need to do. Yeah. And I think this is good. I think this is kind of getting into a place where we're not so immersed in those feelings, in that feeling of being offended, the personal offense that we feel. Because we don't know if this was intentional. We don't know what's really going on. We don't claim to know what other people are thinking or feeling or believing. We see what other people are doing, and we see what we're doing, and we see kind of, I'm able to observe what's going on around me, and I don't think you like it. Okay? I think you're sticking it out with a promise that it's going to get better. How long has it been already? Okay? How long has it already been? The difficult position, the obstacle, is the Queen of Pentacles, and that's looking backwards. The Queen of Pentacles looks at the past. It looks as you're sort of this is like you're kind of you're climbing out of Mordor, right? You're climbing out of Tartarus, or whatever you want to say. You're sort of leaving Hades, right? And as you're climbing out of this, you're changing things. You're making some moves here. You want to turn and look back, and you're going to feel a lot of feelings, right? And in some ways, it's kind of like, don't look back, right? Don't look back, because what happens, you look back and something terrible happens, right? And all the Greek myths, as soon as you kind of, in the Bible too, you look back, you're a pillar of salt. Nah, we don't want that. Because you look back and you either get sort of angry at what happened, you kind of want to go back and be like, I've got one more thing to say to them, or you look back as far as the Princess of Cups, and you start to think, well, that would have been really good. Maybe I left too soon. Maybe this wasn't done yet. Maybe I didn't sacrifice enough. Maybe it's my fault. It's not your fault. We have to have the retrospective, but we don't want it to influence our behavior and kind of, push us to do something that we know is not in our best interest. So it's weird when we think of the past. We need to, because we have to understand what happened and what our part in it was. We allowed this to happen. We stayed here. We, whatever. The good and the bad. We have to recapitulate We have to assess what happened and absorb it and assimilate all of that experience. We have to distill it down into little kernels of wisdom that we can then take into the future. But it's a dangerous task, and that's why it's in the position of the difficult task. We have to do it, but we have to be careful doing it. And if we can do it, if we understand what this situation was and why we were here and sort of what its lesson was, if we learn our lesson, then I think this Seven of Pentacles is actually a very, very good card, because then we're moving into a situation or a position where we can start growing this thing, where we can start getting the success and getting the rewards and getting the benefit and the profits that, we're kind of due. Yeah, because the Seven of Pentacles, it's a card, it's called failure. But to me, it's kind of like unrealized success. It's kind of like something has been preventing it from growing. It's like you have these plants that are growing, but you just keep them locked in the shed in the dark. And they stay real small. You're not feeding them. You're not giving them sunlight. They're not growing. They're not dead. They're not growing. They're little tiny plants. And you're preventing them from growing, or something is, right? You let them out into the sunlight, give them water and fresh air, and before you know it, the next day, full-on apple tree, right? Got apples everywhere. And I think that this is kind of like, this is you, It's like in this situation, your growth was sort of stunted. Your spiritual growth, your financial growth, your creative growth, whatever it is, it was kind of stunted. But now, getting out of this, making the right moves, seeing this for what it is, understanding its lesson, overnight, it can be different, Overnight, it's going to be a success. This is a major victory. Getting free of this so that you can grow the way you are meant to. Into the great, beautiful, majestic oak tree, that you are. I'm going to do an empowerment oracle card, and then we'll look at that mystery card. The equinox balance. I am in balance. As my seasons change, I find equilibrium within. Light and dark, rest and activity, joy and sorrow are in harmony. I offer gratitude for this divine gift of balance. And you know what? The Queen of Swords is kind of the balance. It's water and air. It's a heart and mind in balance, right? I like that. I think that's good. I think, the balance that we have between these two, I think this is good. I think that's a good balance. I think it's kind of, the balance even between your sort of sacrificing the fruits of your labor and enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? A little bit of both, I think that you've been all on one side, sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. It's time for you to claim your reward, okay? I like the balance, though. I like the gratitude. I think that's good. We're not going like scorched earth here. Maybe it's good we don't have too many fire cards. We're not looking to, to have any sort of revenge or anything, right? You're looking for what's due yours. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got an Eight of Cups as the mystery card. Walking away from something, not fighting against it, not trying to tear it down. Just saying, I'm out of here. I'm going to go over here where I can grow, where I can flourish. Not wasting any of your energy to knock that thing down. What good is that going to do for you? It might feel good in the moment. Might be satisfying, right? But I think it's going to feel better for you to not be bothered. And go into the sunlight where you can grow. I want to look at the mystery card now. I'm thinking fire. I'm thinking maybe the Leo power card, right? The lust or strength card. That would be pretty good. Well, I'm also kind of thinking that Eight of Cups too. Let's see what we have. If you have a prediction, though, put it down in the comments. Six of Wands, victory, recognition, knowledge of self. This is you, really, the six is kind of the number of the sun, right? I mean, it is not kind of, it is. It is the number of the sun. So to me, it kind of represents you getting out into the sunshine and growing into who you're meant to be, right? Flourishing. Yeah. Strong, vibrant, active, victorious over this situation, with a knowledge of self, with an understanding and appreciation, with a gratitude, with balance. It's a card of balance, right? The sixes. I think it's you achieving the fulfillment of the Three of Cups, the accolades, the recognition, the rewards. You're in the winner's circle here. There are people around you. I think you're maybe leading other people out too. It's a literal exodus here. I think it starts with you. Very good confirmation card. Very interesting. We're going to do an extended reading too, if you want to stick around. There's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Leo are on Tuesdays and Saturdays. This was a very special update for you. It does not replace your Tuesday or Saturday readings, so be sure to check out the Tuesday and Saturday readings too. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of any tarot reading. You're the most important part of this channel. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.